Tell me why I look like freaking Scar off Lion King, okay? This is what I was telling y'all about in my last video about taking a shower, how I have to keep my hair freaking hydrated, like moisturized. Like, look at this, like, I look like a tumbleweed that's about to blow through the freaking desert. We are on the process of going home for Christmas. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm tired. Like, I've been saying that in my last couple of videos, and I really am. Like, I'm really starting to feel it. So what I'm gonna do is take a shower, go back to the truck, and we're gonna get into these questions, and I'm gonna answer them. So 1 second, then we'll get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Aubrey, and welcome back to my channel. We're doing a Q&A today. Now, I'm sorry if I don't seem like the energetic, happy, bubbly person that I usually am in my other videos, but you guys, your girl is tired, okay? We've been out here since November, just truck going non-stop. I am tired, I am beat, and I guess because I know we're getting ready to go home within the next couple of days, it's just like the anticipation, man, has just been killing me, man. I'm so ready to go home. I'm so ready to be with my kids. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I'm not gonna really be doing an intro. That is the intro right there. It is a Q&A, this video. You guys may be wondering where I'm getting these questions from: Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Now, I do want to let you guys know I have started my own group on Facebook. It's called Queen Truck Drivers. That is what it looks like. I'm trying to show you guys right there. So make sure you guys go and add this group, okay? I literally answer and interact with everybody in this group. So if you want to talk to me or anything like that, that would be the place to do it at. Go ahead and request to join the group. I will add you, and if you have any questions at all, I will interact with you through there. This is where I got a lot of my questions from. Now, a lot of people didn't want me to use their names, so I told them that I would just put that their question was anonymous. Some people were okay with it. I think I got to the point where it was like I couldn't remember who wanted their question, who didn't mind me using their name, and who did. So I just went ahead and put a lot of them anonymous, because I mean, you guys really don't need to know who asked me the questions. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that right now. I have 15 questions that you guys wanted answered, so we're gonna do that right now. Come on, let's get into it. Okay, so question number one, and I have the questions on my phone if you see me guys looking down. I have my other phone in my hand, so bear with me. So question number one, what made you get into trucking? Very good question, because I haven't told this story. So I was working for a big time, we won't say no names, health insurance company. Huge, like probably one of the biggest health insurance companies that you can find out there. And I was like one of the top producers, top sales agent, like every year, because if you're a health insurance agent, usually what they want you to do is they want you to work there in open enrollment, and then they fire you or let you go or let you have downtime for like 6 months, and then they always want you to come back. Now, since they do that, you can't get health benefits, you can't get a 401k, none of that. So I was like 6 months, had a really, really good job, really, really good pay, was doing really, really well with commission, and then was unemployed for like the other half of the year. So I just got tired of it. And Brandon had already been driving for like a year and a half at this point. So basically what happened, my birthday's in May, shout out to the Taurus gang. But yeah, so my birthday's in May, so he invited me to come out on the truck with him. So I came out here and we were just joking. He was like, yeah, you need to get your C.D.L, you need to come out here, this is something that you could do. And so I just laughed about it, and I went home, and he just kept talking about being bored and how we can make so much money together, and how I really need to think about doing it. And I said, you know what, you're right. So me and my mother-in-law, well, mainly my mother-in-law, she found me a school, and I went to school, and that was that. And within like, in July 4th to be exact, is when I passed my driving test, and I got my C.D.L, and I was out here probably not even 2 weeks later with him. So that's what made me get into trucking. Now, question number two was, what school did you go to? How long did it take to pass your permit and driving class? So I'm not going to put out what school I went to. I will say this. I did not go, and this is what I would recommend, is what I should say. I did not go to a big time school where they have you there for 3-4 months, where they make you take out a $5,000 loan that you have to pay back with high interest. And on top of that, let's not keep in mind that they place you with a company, okay? And that's fine. That's, you know, if that's the way that you went, I'm not trying to bad talk anybody. But with that being said and done, when you get out here and you're only making 35-40 cents a mile and you have to pay back that class, and if you don't pay back that loan, then they don't release your license for you to go out here and work with other companies, you're kind of hurting yourself in the long run. I did it opposite. I paid cash, $1,600. I went to school for 2 weeks, and I took my test July 4th, to be exact, on a Saturday. And I passed. I went when the DMV opened up. I went and got my actual C.D.L license, and that was it. The next step was me going to the company that Brandon was already hired at and taking my drug test, and I was done after that. So that's the route I took, and I took that route because I saw how Brandon started out with CRST, and I watched how, you know, he went to school for months. He had to take out a loan, then he had to pay the loan back. Then, you know, when he didn't want to work with them anymore because they weren't really paying him nothing, and, you know, he's like, damn, why am I out here? I could be home and make the same type of money. They didn't want to release him to let him go to work with other people. So I kind of used his experience and learned from it and did a different route myself. Now, as far as to passing the permit for me was easy, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you. This is how I did it, and I'm not telling you to do it how I did it. You can do it how you want to do it, but this is how I did it. What I did was I took the manual that they give you at the DMV that you can go get for free. I took that and I read through it. I highlighted, outlined, whatever you want to call it, what I felt like was important. Then what I did, because I didn't have any experience in trucking, so for me, when I was reading the manual, it was making me more confused because I'm like, what is this talking about? What is that talking about? Like, I'm not understanding. So what I did was I started talking to Brandon and my fiance. He sent me videos on YouTube of this dude named Leonard Valdez, and I watched the general knowledge, the combination vehicles, and the air brakes, and I watched those videos day in, day out. I swear to you guys, I watched those videos so much that, like, I could remember everything that guy was saying. And I went to go take my permanent test and I passed first try, okay? So that's what I did. He literally goes over the answers, the questions that's going to be on the test, and the answers. So if you sit there and watch those videos, all of them, the ones that he has, and remember it, there's no way that you can fail. So that's how I did it. The manual it was just too much information. It was all over the place. I didn't know. I was getting to a point where I didn't know what was important, what wasn't important. So that's the approach that I took. And like I said, I had no idea about trucking or anything like that, and I passed first try. The third question is, what are the hardest obstacles you have faced over the road? Bruh, the hardest obstacles that I have found being out here over the road, number one is food. I'm just gonna be honest, okay? Because we team drive, it's not like if I was to drive by myself, I would drive my drive time, park the truck, and I would be done, you know, and until my clock recycles or has time back on it, I'm not gonna be able to drive. So that would allow me to have more free time. We don't work like that. When I'm done driving, Brandon drives. When he's done driving, I drive. This truck is always rolling. So with that being said and done, that means for us, we're stuck eating food that's at truck stops. And I kid you not, you guys, when I first came out here in July, at the end of July, I weighed 140. Bruh, I have put on some weight now. So if you haven't seen my last video, I did a video about cooking on the truck. And I make sure now that I try my hardest when we have downtime. Even if the truck's moving sometimes, I'll throw bagels on here, whatever the case may be, because this fast food is not good for you. It is not good for you. It doesn't fill you up. Like, you'll eat and you'll be full for a second and then you're hungry again. So, and then on top of that, I think I was eating out of boredom. So that's the hardest thing for me that I feel like I face while being over the road, is just the food and trying to sleep. Like, I don't know why, but sleeping in the truck, like, it's just not as comfortable as sleeping in your own bed. Like, my back has been hurting. So that would definitely have to be the hardest thing for me. I would get Brandon's opinion, but he's using his downtime to play his game right now, you guys. So that's just my personal opinion. Hey, if you feel like you have a different obstacle that was hard for you while you were out here over the road, drop it in the comment section below. Let me hear. Let's talk about it. The fourth question is, being a woman over the road, how is it? And do you face a lot of negative backlash from male drivers? This is a very good question. I say it's a 50-50%, okay? And this is why I'm going to say this. You'll need help, and you'll either get men drivers that come out and try to help you, or men drivers that are going to use that opportunity to kind of like stroke their ego. And that's just being honest. I have met a lot of people out here that are more than willing to help. So I don't want to put this stigma as if like the men out here are all nasty. I don't want to put that stigma out there. But what I will say is that you're going to have your fair share of men that are going to kind of like automatically assume that you can't do it because you're a woman. And I've seen a lot of men out here make a lot of dumb mistakes. So what is their excuse? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like don't let it bother you. Like, you'll be trying to park, like right now we're stopped at a truck stop, and you'll be trying to park and everybody will just stare at you. And in the beginning, it used to bother me because, you know, I know everybody's staring at me, so it would cause me to mess up. But now I'm to the point that I'm just like, what can I do? They're gonna stare. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. And I haven't received any negative backlash. However, I have heard stories. Like, literally when I was doing my laundry last night, this lady was telling me how this dude cussed her out when she was delivering a load, telling her that she's in the wrong industry, and that's why she shouldn't, you know, that's why there's more accidents out here over the road, because women have been getting into this industry. But like I told her when we were sitting there washing clothes, I said, if that was the case, then why were all these accidents happening before women got out here on the road? It's not us women. You know, there's so many people right now getting their license and think that they can come out here and do this, and come to find out that they can't, and they don't realize that they can't until they get into an accident. So you can't put that on us women, because that's not the case. If anything, as women are more careful because we're new, because this is a male predominant industry. We take time and are a little bit more careful with what we do and how we do it, which prevents accidents, if anything. So that's how I feel about that. But that was a really, really good question. Question number 5, for new drivers, what are essentials we should bring over the road? I would not know the answer to this question if I would have not came out here with Brandon in May before I even started driving. Listen, y'all, bring sheets, okay, for the mattress. And I'm not talking about one pair of fitted sheets. I would get 2. Okay, this is just my personal opinion. You don't know who done it and why and when and where on that mattress that you're about to sleep on, okay? So this is what I would do. I would bring 2 pair of sheets. I would bring, like, if you look at my bed, I have 2 blankets over my 2 pair of sheets, okay? Like thick, like, I don't know I can't describe the material, but it's like really soft, like, I don't know if it's cotton or wool, I don't know, but it's like really, really soft. I have 2 of those. They're very, very thick. So I put the fitted sheets on the mattress, then I put the 2 other blankets on the mattress, and then I have a comforter on top, and then I have another like big heavy like blanket that I keep on top of the comforter in case I get cold. So bring that, bring pillows. If you're new, like if you're going to be training, you can't do this because you're going to be with somebody else, but after you get your own truck, I would bring a bleach spray and bleach the bed down and actually clean the mattress, just like I said, because you don't know what germs have been on there. Okay, bring shower shoes. Okay, any products that you use at home, bring them twice. Okay, let me tell you why. Out here at these truck stops, they tax you. Okay, it's kind of like a corner store. When you go to a corner store and you get a bag of chips, they're always 25-50 cents more because of convenience. These truck stops are charging you for convenience, which is wrong, because we don't have the opportunity to just say, hey, let me go drive to a Walmart. Hey, let me go drive to Walgreens or whatever you need to get your stuff. You have to buy it from the truck stops because there's a lot of places that don't offer truck parking. So buy it twice. Bring it out here twice. So that way, if you run out, you have time, you know, maybe you'll have enough time to maybe you can, you know, Uber or Lyft to where you need to go to get your stuff. But for me, I bring everything out here twice. Okay, Bath and Body Works twice, shampoo and conditioner twice, body wash twice, lotion twice, just so that way I can save money and not be taxed at these Loves for the things that I need for myself. Loves, TA, Petro, all of them, they're the same. They tax you. Okay, so that's what I would recommend. Bring shower shoes, bring towels, bring rags. Okay, yes, they wash these towels at truck stops, but you don't know whose body has been on what, where their body has been, and what they have been doing. Okay, you don't want to take a rag that somebody done used to God knows what, and yeah, they wash it, I understand that, but still, you don't want to use that same rag to wash your face. You feel me? So bring towels, bring rags. That's important. Bring medicine. Bring stuff like Tylenol, gas medicine. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been out here for a while and I just now started getting motion sickness. So bring, you know, whatever medicine that you think that you're gonna need for your body, bring it. If you're thinking about, oh snap, I might need this, 9 times out of 10, go ahead and bring it. I promise. That's just me. I know people are like, well, you're not gonna have enough room on the truck for all of this stuff. Listen, you can find a way to store it. The inside of this truck is big. Okay, I'm not saying unpack up your whole house and bring it, but you can find a way to consolidate and put the stuff that you need up. Also, washer. I can't talk today, you guys. I don't know if it's because I'm tired. Wash detergent, laundry detergent, there we go. The stuff that you need to wash your clothes with, dryer sheets, fabric softener, bring that with you. I'm gonna be honest, here's why. They don't sell like the pods. They sell like the old school washer machine soap powder, okay? And your clothes come out not even smelling good. So bring you some pods, bring you some dryer sheets. A lot of these washing machines stink, okay? You'll wash your clothes and they'll still come out smelling nasty. And I'm like, my clothes smell worse than how they did before I even put them in here. What was the point of me washing them? So definitely bring your pods, definitely bring your fabric softener and your dryer sheets. Okay, question number 6. How bad is snow, black ice, and rookie pay? I love this question because I recently just went through this. You guys, this is my first winter out here and we drove through a blizzard. Like one day I walked inside of Love's, wasn't snowing. I walked back out and it was like, I was like, oh snap. And at first it was cute, you know, because I'm like, oh my gosh, snow. I'm from Florida, you know, it's every time I see snow, I'm like, oh my gosh. Then I started driving and I couldn't see the road. I couldn't see the lines in the road. It was like snowing so bad that I couldn't even see like a car in front of me. Other truckers were getting mad because they're like driving past me at like 55, 60 miles per hour, and here I am with my 4-way flashes on going like barely 25, 30. But at the same time, I would go like 2 minutes up the road and those same truckers that were getting mad at me because I wasn't going fast were on the side of the road and done lost control of their truck. Okay, so it's It's scary, I'm not even gonna lie to you, especially if you've never driven in snow, especially if you're not used to that. And then you got to think, even if you are used to driving in snow, you are driving a big behind truck, okay? Sometimes this thing can max out at 80,000 pounds. That's the last thing that you want to lose control of. But however, take your time. Don't worry about everybody else around you. Drive to what's going to make you comfortable, because at the end of the day, it is your life. Okay, I have had that happen to me before, like in Pennsylvania, my first time driving. I was driving through mountains, all these turns and curves and downgrades, and truckers were getting mad at me because I'm not going fast. But what y'all don't understand is I'm not used to this. You can't push me to do something that I'm not comfortable with yet, because if I wreck, best believe I'm gonna take you out and anybody out behind me. So let me drive to my comfort, and that's what I would recommend to you guys. Now, rookie pay, I didn't have to deal with this because I got put on to the company that my fiance was driving with, thank gosh. But I have heard that rookie pay, like your first year, is very hard starting out. Like between you not making any money, having to spend so much money on food, and trying to pay bills back home, you're always broke, is what I've heard. So just weigh out your options, definitely, when it comes to that. And even if you have to start with like a small company that's not as big and drive for them to get better pay and get experience, do that first. You know, give that a try before you just jump out here with some of these big companies, and then they're only paying you like 40 cents a mile, and you don't have money to do nothing. What is the point of being out here and wearing your body down day in, day out, and you not having money to do what you want to do? Find a smaller company, and then when you get that experience, then try to go into a bigger company. That would be my recommendation to you guys. The seventh question was, what was your most embarrassing moment while trucking? I'm not going to talk about my most embarrassing moment because it's just too embarrassing for me to do that, you guys. But I guess I can kind of talk about it. All right, so I'll talk about it. I won't go in detail with you guys, but we'll talk about it. I'll be honest with you guys. So, as you guys know, sometimes you're going to be stopped at places where they don't have bathrooms, and I would also suggest you guys buying, like Target and Walmart has like these toilets that you can literally, like, it's a little toilet with a little stand. You can pop the stand out and it has a bag in it, and you can literally fold it up and put it behind your seat. You can put it up under your bed, wherever you need to put it, or store it on your truck. But anyways, the night before this happened, we had got some chicken wings, and I swear to God, them chicken wings were so good. They were dry rub Cajun style chicken wings, crispy, seasoned to perfection, and I tore them chicken wings up, you guys. I went to sleep and I woke up and we were at delivery and they didn't have no bathroom there. And I think you guys see where I'm going with it. So they didn't have no bathroom. I ended up using the bathroom on myself, and I was so embarrassed, like so embarrassed. So I'm gonna take that as a lesson learned, you guys. Buy you a freaking portable bathroom so that way you guys can handle what you need to handle on your truck in case you cannot make it to a bathroom. My second most embarrassing moment was when I was new. I was just like so tired and frustrated and so irritated with trying to park the truck and stuff that I was fueling, and I accidentally forgot to put the fuel pump back, hang it back up, and I almost drove off with it. So that was my second embarrassing thing. Question number 8 is, if D.O.T requires C.D.L drivers to get the COVID-19 vaccination, are you? No. So I've never had a flu shot. Brandon's never had a flu shot. He definitely doesn't believe in listen, I just feel like people are talking about that in order to get your D.O.T medical card in 2021, that they're going to try to make this a requirement. We just got to see. You know, I'm not going to speak on it too much, but what I will say is that I seriously doubt it. I mean, it's just going to suck because then I'm not going to have a job. You feel me? So we just got to see. I don't trust everything, and I need to see some research and some numbers on it before I just say, okay, I'm gonna put this in my body. But at the same time, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? Because if I don't do it, I'm not gonna have a job, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna be back to square one. So we're just gonna pray that they don't do that and figure it out, because I don't know about that. Question number 9, is it hard to learn manual? When I went to school, Brandon knows manual, okay? When I went to school, I was originally gonna learn on a manual, but because my goal for me was to get the schooling done in 2 weeks, because the school was 3 hours away. So I literally had to wake up in the morning, drive 3 hours there, go to school all day in the hot sun, and then drive 3 hours back. And I was just getting so overwhelmed with the pre-trip inspection, with the trailer inspection, with the coupling and fittings inspection, that I just didn't want to overwhelm myself. So I started, and then, like, I swear, you guys, like, we were in the parking lot and I couldn't even get like 10 feet without the truck, and it just kept stalling out. So I told the instructor, I said, listen, just teach me on automatic, and if I want to learn manual, I can come back. But it's crazy because I ended up not even having a manual, automatic restriction on my license. Like, I could drive both if I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it. All that double clutching and lower gear and high gear, it just stressed me out. So, but Brandon can do it. Brandon learned on a manual. He knows how to drive a manual. So, and there was another girl that I went to school with. She learned on a manual. So it can't be that hard. I just think it takes a little bit longer, and you have to trust the process with learning a manual truck. And I did not have time for that. I was trying to get my stuff done, get it out the way so I could start driving and making this money with Brandon. Question number 10, which is almost like something I already talked on. Is it better to pay for the school yourself or go through a company? So, like I said, if you go through a company, they're going to make you take out a loan. Hold on, you guys, sorry, something was rattling. That was bothering me. If you go through a company, they're going to make you take out a loan, which you're going to have to pay back. If you don't pay it back within the time frame that you want, they want you to pay it back, because, you know, life happens. You're going to be paying interest. They will, like I said, they will put you in with a company, so as soon as you're done with schooling, you will have a job, but you'll have a job at low pay. So it's like, that's going to keep you, just think about it, like, you take out a loan for $5,000 to go to school. You're done with school, you get hired, you're only making between 20 or 30 to 40 cents a mile. Then you have to pay back this loan. You still have to pay bills, you feel me? And you can't go anywhere else until you pay off this loan. That's 5 things that's like bad things right there out the gate. So, you know, and I watched Brandon have to go through that. So, like I said, when I chose to do it, when it was my turn, I paid cash. I found somebody. I found a school in Florida. Like I said, it was 3 hours away, but hey, I was willing to make that sacrifice and save that money. So I paid my $1,600. I went to school. I got my C.D.L on my own, and then I could go to any company that I wanted. I wasn't restricted to just where they wanted me to work, what they wanted me to do, how much pay that company was willing to give me because I was new. No, I had my own, so I could go out here and do what I wanted to do by myself. Even now, if I don't want to work with this company that I'm with, I can go to a different company. The worst case, worst serve is that they're going to be like, well, you're new, you don't have that much experience. So just think about that and take it all into consideration. Would you rather suffer right now, spend a little bit of cash, but make that cash back up later at the end of it? Or would you rather save a little bit of money right now and then be hurting later on? And that's how I would really look at it. You know, I'm not knocking anybody that goes to a major school and does it that way. I'm just saying, you know, just really think about it and do your research. If you can find something, why pay $5,000, $6,000 to go to school for 3 months when you can find another school and for $1,600 they'll get you done within 2 weeks to a month? You know what I'm saying? So that is the answer to that question. Question 11. As a new driver, did you ever get motion sickness, and what did you do to overcome it? I keep talking about these questions before I even get to the question. That's funny. I didn't get it when I was a new driver. That's what's crazy, is after I was months in, like 5-6 months in, I started getting it. And I only got it when I would go to lay down, and I would just get so nauseous and I couldn't sleep. So I ended up having to start taking this medicine called, I actually have it right here, this medicine. I'm not even gonna try that. I actually had to start taking this. Like before, if I knew I was going to eat and go lay down, I would have to take one of those before I lay down, because I would just get such bad motion sickness. So that's what I did to overcome it. Also, another good thing is eat and stay up for a little bit before you go lay down. And when you do lay down, I found that laying down on your sides or your stomach helps a lot, as opposed to laying down on your back. Question number 12 is home time paid, and how long can you typically take off? I can only speak for the company that I work for. Home time is not paid. Like, they don't do paid vacations or nothing like that. You can stay home for however long that you want to stay home. I mean, realistically, you know, don't think that you can just go home for like 3 months, 4 months and come back and you're going to have a job. Unless you got, you know, sick or something like that, you have a reason to stay home for that long. It has to be a reasonable time frame. Brandon has came home before and stayed home for like a month. Typically, when we go home, we try to stay home for like 2 months. That's just reasonable for us, you know, especially we're over the road for months at a time. So 2 weeks is really like what we need and really what we push for. But it's really up to you, you know. If you want to go home and stay home for a week, just realize that it is not paid. So keep that in mind. And when you do come back out here, you're going to be a week in the hole, you know. So do keep that in mind when you do go home. Question number 13. How do you cope with being over the road with your significant other and finding time for yourself? This was such a good question, because when me and Brandon first came out here, like, whoo, y'all, I tell y'all what, somebody was about to get thrown off this truck. We love each other so much. I just think that being together all the time and never having time for yourself, it gets draining sometimes. But now, we used to take showers together. Now we take showers apart unless we just want to take showers together, so we have that little bit of time. I find time to go get my nails done. That's usually like a 3-hour process. That gives me 3 hours by myself right there. If I have to get out and walk, sometimes I'll do that. But, you know, just keep in mind that you're together all the time. So people do need space. You know, people do need time to themselves. He plays his game. When he's playing his game, I try not to bother him, because I know he needs time to himself. We're on the truck 24/7 all the time. And sometimes that could be a bad thing, because maybe I want to talk and he don't feel like talking. He just wants to be left alone. He's like, girl, can you just please, like, just, you know. And I have to understand that, you know, because sometimes he'll want to talk to me and I'm grumpy. I done been driving nights and junk. I'm tired. I don't want to talk about what you want to talk about. So I have to respect that. Question number 14. I know this is a stupid question, but what do you do when you really have to use the restroom? This is not a stupid question at all. I don't know why women feel like this is a stupid question. And I'm actually on another Facebook group page, and women were talking about what would you guys recommend? Diapers, pads, things like that, in case I have to use the bathroom while I'm driving so I don't have to stop. Y'all, get y'all a cup. It is not that hard, okay? Every time you go inside of Love's, TA, whatever the case may be, get you a PP cup, like I like to call it. Get you a PP cup. Do your thing in that cup. If you're driving and you have to use the bathroom and you can't hold it, pull over real quick, turn your flashers on, pee in the cup, dump it out. Save the cup and keep on going. Every time you stop, get you a new cup, period. That's all you got to do. Now, really got to go, really got to go, you got to do number 2. I would recommend you getting one of those toilet things or a bucket and put you a bag in it to line it, because that's the only other, in case of emergencies, that's the only thing you're going to be able to do. Other than that, you're going to be having to go somewhere outside of the truck, and as women, it's not a good look, okay? So I'm telling y'all, invest in a portable toilet for your truck, okay? Because it happens. Accidents do happen. I'm trying to tell y'all, invest, okay? Question number 15 is, Gary James on my YouTube channel, shout out to you. I saw this comment, and his question was, I was told several times that Volvo trucks are less reliable than Freightliners or Peterbilts. What is your opinion on this? Now, I can only tell you because I've been driving a Volvo since I've started driving, so I can only tell you how my truck acts and what I've seen and heard. Now, this truck that we've been in for Thanksgiving, we were down for a whole week because the DEF system had to be redone. This happened before I even came out here on the road. We have had some problems with this truck, as opposed to, I have heard that Freightliners are a lot more reliable and Peterbilts are a lot more reliable. That's just what I've heard. So I could just tell you that my Volvo has had problems, and this is new. This is a new truck. So considering that we've had to get the DEF system replaced 2 times, something else happened on it that I can't remember. Oh, and then sometimes like we had to take it to the shop to get it fixed for D.O.T. Like sometimes like I'll be trying to go up a hill and my truck will just be like, baby, no. So I had to turn my flashers on, and like I'll say I'm trying to turn or something and it's up a hill and my truck will just be like and I'm like, what are you doing? And so I'll try to do it again and just so I'm like, oh my gosh. So we had to get that fixed. So that was the other thing. So that is what I've heard as well. So if you are definitely looking for something reliable, I'm just saying, the Volvo is nice, don't get me wrong, it's very, very nice. I like it a lot, but we have ran into a lot of problems with it over the road. I don't know if it's because we're just driving it nonstop, it don't ever get a break, I don't know, but that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Those are all the questions that I have. I hope this helps somebody. I hope that you found this video very informative and helpful. Please, if you have any more questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. You hear me? And you guys know what it is. You know my saying. We gonna keep it trucking, but keep it safe, you guys. Peace.